The moment of truth is here. We're going to find out what this Eagles team really is. Yo, by the way, Kick Dig back here, and let me first start off this video by saying to each and every one of you guys, the Cowboys still stink. It ain't ending. I just had to say that. We back, baby. We back. We have given them their due respect for a few days. Now, we are back because the Eagles got a tough matchup versus the Chicago Bears. This is the moment of truth type matchup because we're going to find out what this Eagles team is all about. Are they like the team that collapsed a few years ago? They couldn't take a loss and they just totally panicked and just quit? Or is this team that Super Bowl contender and they're going to find a way? They're going to dig deep, they're going to make the right adjustments, and they're going to come out and prove that they are legit Super Bowl contenders who are still going to fight for that number one seed. We're going to find out. And before we get too much into it, let me say, I hope each and every one of you guys, from the bottom of my heart, have a wonderful, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you have a great day. Hope you enjoy the football games. Hopefully Dallas will lose. And then I hope you guys enjoy the food, the family, all those good things. I will be hanging out with my family. I still haven't decided if I'm going to stream any of the games on Thursday. It's going to be a game day decision for me. But I hope you guys, if I don't talk to you guys until Friday, I just want to say I wish each and every one of you guys a very happy Thanksgiving. All right, so it's time to take a look at the injury report. This just came out, so this is perfect timing for this video. Xavier Gibson, shoulder, did not practice. Why is he still in this roster? You can't play him anymore. Covey has to be activated and your returner. Lane Johnson did not practice. Of course, he's going to be out. Makuba's going to be out. DeVonta Smith, shoulder chest illness, did not practice. We got to keep an eye on this. We need DeVonta Smith playing, man. That would be a big loss for the Eagles. DeVonta Smith is an absolute stud. So we're going to have to watch that. My feeling and gut feeling is he's going to play on Friday. But you never know. You never know. So keep an eye on DeVonta Smith. Saquon Barkley, groin, limited practice. Reed Blankenship, thigh, limited practice. Dickerson, knee, limited practice. Brandon Graham, groin, limited practice. Hinton and Lampkin, full practice is ready to go. Adoree Jackson's not even on the injury report anymore. As far as Saquon Barkley and Reed Blankenship go, I'll say this. If Saquon Barkley is 75%, 70%, 80%, this could be a good excuse to give Lampkin, Lampkin. I'm reading Lampkin right there. It is a good excuse to give Tank Bigsby more carries. I think Tank should have at least 10 carries minimum every game, no matter what. But giving him a few extra carries with Barkley being hurt could be a good opportunity for the Eagles. Kind of give Barkley a breather and then see what Tank's got. So look for that. And then as far as Reed goes, he's going to play most likely. That's what Vic Fangio said. He expects him to play. So the injury list actually, besides the DeVonta Smith thing, doesn't look as bad as I thought it looked earlier in the week. I still think the injury to Makuba is big because I think Sidney Brown is a problem out there at safety. Here's where I am with this Eagles team and at this point, okay? It doesn't seem like it matters what team you play. It doesn't seem like it matters what defense you play or who you're playing. It seems like the same problems are going to be the same problems regardless. It doesn't seem like this team really looks to game plan for teams individually. I mean, I know they do, but it doesn't seem like that. And they do the same thing. So to me, this isn't about matchups. This isn't about who they're going up against. This is about them. Like, can you find yourself as a team? Can these coaches start to utilize their players and come up with some answers? Can you get your team to be disciplined enough to go out there and not get penalties and ruin drives? Like, there are things that this team can fix. They can cut down on penalties. Okay, I can't tell you how many drives would continue if they could do that. I think in the Cowboys game, I think we were penalized. I think especially the offensive line, I think we were penalized every drive. Okay, those kill you. You know, you get big plays and it's called back, and then all of a sudden it's 1st and 20. When the Eagles go in 1st and 20 or 2nd and 15, it's almost a death sentence for them because their offense and the way these coaches coach is so conservative that all they're thinking about is not turning over the ball, and they're willing to give the ball back. So we got to cut the penalties. That'll help. How about, you know, maybe running Tank Bigsby a little more? That will help. You know, and I'm even to the point where I'm willing to make some changes around the offensive line. Cam Jurgens, not healthy, don't play him. You want to give somebody a couple reps to see what they look like over Steen? I'm okay with that too. So, you know, there are things to do. Now, when I look at the Eagles offense going up against the Chicago Bears defense, the one thing I'll say about the Bears is they give up points. Right, you could run the ball on them. I think their teams are averaging over 5 yards a carry on them, something like that. Like, you can do those things, but they are very opportunistic. They go out and they get turnovers. I think they're ranked number 1 in turnovers, something like that. So they force a lot of turnovers. Okay, and like I said, it doesn't even matter who's in front of this team. They do the same things all the time. So when we talk about this offense, can the Eagles go out? And can they run the ball? Are you going to be able to run the ball? Saquon talked about how he has to step up his game and that he hasn't been good enough. Well, I don't think he has been good enough. But I tell you this, the offensive line hasn't been good enough either. Okay? And how many times do we talk about this team snapping the ball with 3 seconds left on the clock? Like, the defenses know when you're snapping the ball, they're going to get a great jump. They're blocking 5-man fronts last week where there's nobody blocking guys. They weren't ready for it. Like, these are things that they have to fix. I want to see them come out. I want to see them run the ball effectively. This is a team that will give up running yards. You can run against them. So can they go out and run the ball? Get Barkley going. Give Tank more carries. That's going to be the question. Okay? And, of course, you got AJ and DeVonta. But I think the Eagles are going to be able to move the ball. And I think they're going to be able to score. Now, if you go up big, don't take your foot off the gas. If you're up 21 points, don't take your foot off the gas. Don't act like it's over, especially with the Bears. The Bears have won a lot of close games and a lot of weird ways at the end of the game this year. They've got a lot of those this year, so you have to be careful of that. But this is a chance for the offense to get right. It really is. And I know we said that last week with the Cowboys defense, and they didn't do it. But to me, this game you have to win. Because this game is the division leader in the NFC North. If you win this game, you're back on track. Okay, you're fighting for that 1 seed. You're a 2 seed, but you've beaten all the top contenders in the NFC. Can you imagine if this team can get it together? I mean, this is a team that's beaten all the good teams. They've had a couple stumbles against some bad teams. But, you know, this team, if they could put it together, imagine what they could do when they're already beating teams that people say are better than them. So it is what it is. So we'll see if this offense, we'll see what adjustments they are going to make. I don't put a lot of stock in it. I think we're going to see a lot of the same things. I would still not go full RPO like some people want to. I would wait until you get to the playoffs. But there are things that this team can do. And let's see. How about some up-tempo? They tried it 2 plays, threw an incompletion, and gave up on it. Let's get that going. And then, if you look at it, on the Eagles' defense, going against Caleb Williams and this offense. Oh, I should say, C.J. Gardner-Johnson is going to be playing for that Bears defense. I don't want to forget that. So he's going to be all over the place. You know he's going to be up for the game. But you may be able to take advantage of his overexcitement, overcommitment, because I'm sure he's going to be out there trying to make a statement. So watch out for C.J. Gardner-Johnson. But as far as the Bears' offense versus the Eagles' defense goes, the Eagles' pass rush was non-existent last week in terms of where was Jalen Phillips, where was Nolan Smith. We didn't see these guys. They got to have a better week, okay? They have to get a better week, and you can get to Caleb Williams. Now, he's good with his feet. He can keep plays alive. He can run. You got to watch that. You got to watch DeAndre Swift. We know how explosive he is, so watch out for DeAndre Swift. And then they got, DJ Moore, what's that kid named? Akunize, I forget his name. Good receiver. And they got tight ends. They have weapons. They can score points. And I think they're averaging about 25, 26 points a game. So the defense is going to have to basically play really good. You're going to have to shut that run game down. You're going to have to get to Caleb Williams. And you're going to have to watch these receivers because they can move the ball. And they're really good. Now, I do like our linebackers in this matchup. I do think that the Eagles' pass rush is going to get home. We'll see how that secondary is. My concern really is the secondary for this game, safety-wise. Sidney Brown, he stinks. He stinks. So we're going to have to deal with that. That's going to be a liability. Will they put Carter in at the slot, maybe move Cooper DeJean to safety at times? I don't know. And then I think you're going to have to play either Ja'Cory Bennett or Ringo at the outside. I don't think Cooper DeJean should be out there either. Okay? So this is a tough matchup. And this game is really, I mean, I can't tell you, to me, I really see this game as a turning point. Oh, look at the sun. Sorry, the sun's coming in all weird. But I see this game as a turning point because if the Eagles win and right the ship, I don't think anybody can sit there and tell us this is another collapse. Not with the schedule that you have left. It's a schedule that they could win every game. So this is a game, Black Friday. The Bears are good. Don't think they aren't. And they hang around. They get turnovers. They're opportunistic. So it's a tough match. But I think the Eagles are going to respond. The Eagles, they knew what happened last week versus Dallas. And if they don't take their foot off the gas in that game, they would have won that game. They really blew it. Their over-conservatism blew it. So what do I think will be the final score in this game? We're still waiting to see a lot of guys in the injury reports. It's early in the week. They haven't put it out yet. But look, at the end of the day, I think the Eagles are going to win this game. I think they got to win this game. I think that this is a turning point for this team. If you lose this game, I think that you could see a downward trend for this team, and it's going to get tough. But if they win this game, I think then you can say, all right, we've righted the ship. Let's continue and let's do it. So I think the Eagles will win this game at the end of the day. I do think it's going to be a tough game. I do think it's going to be back and forth. But I think the Eagles will score 27 points and beat the Chicago Bears 27-24. I think a late field goal in the fourth quarter is going to seal it. I do think the Bears are going to play the Eagles tough. I do. They're an outdoor team. They play in outdoor weather. They're not like a dome team like Detroit. So weather and those kind of things aren't going to be a factor. The Eagles, I don't think I said this at the beginning of the video, but they're going to be wearing their all black, which is cool for Black Friday. And I got the Eagles 27-24 over the Chicago Bears. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Like I said, have a happy Thanksgiving. If I don't see you on Thursday, I will definitely see you on Friday. With that said, take care. Talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's how we vision. We're all just living in it. So once again, before we go, I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to each and every one of you guys. May you have a wonderful holiday, safe travels, and God bless you and your families. Hope you guys have a wonderful time. We do have a little bit of breaking news happening just as I was getting ready to upload. So I want to go over that real quick. The Eagles placed safety Andrew Makuba on injured reserve. That's not a surprise. But they promoted Britton Covey to the active roster and placed tackle Luke Felix Fualolo on the practice squad injured reserve. But Covey is active roster. He also changed his number back to 18 now that Mechie is gone. So I hope to see him doing punts on Friday. And I hope to see you guys Friday when we stream the Eagles game. Of course, happy Thanksgiving. Denzel Washington out. People been asking me, when you got more shakedown merchandise coming out, Philly 500? Well, guess what? It's Christmas time, and it's time. We got a bunch of new stuff. Shout out to Digital Print House. Shout out to Omar who worked on this stuff. But it looks great, fabulous. I'm going to get some of my own stuff for holiday gifts. But if you go right now to our store, you can get 10% off if you spend $85 and 15% off if you spend $115 for Black Friday. Check the link in the description and go get yourself some of that Philly Shakedown merchandise. Happy Thanksgiving, Happy Black Friday, and Merry Christmas. That's all, folks.
The brother screwed us.